Go live. Go live. Do your intro.
Keep talking. No.
Oh,
We
okay.
kind of
We're
settle
still
into
good.
my intros. Yeah, you'll see.
Oh, got it. So you don't
Yeah.
have official intro like I do. Like I'm like really badass with my intro.
Yeah. So what's up, everybody? It's
Uh,
Andy.
how's everybody doing?
We're on another Saturday morning on Cafe BTW, a morning gaming podcast. Today's going to be a little bit different, but we're still going to have a gaming theme. And as you see in the bottom, sitting outside in this cloudy day in Los Angeles today, is
Yes.
is former podcast co-host of the Coin Boys podcast. That's why I said it's a Coin Boys reunion. We used to have a crypto podcast a few years ago. Daniel Gutierrez, what's up, man? Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. What's up, everyone? So first off,
Yeah.
uh, on my Twitter, and nobody's called me out. Nobody cares. I still have.
Coin
I'm
Boys?
at Watch Mixer. At Watch Mixer. Like
That's right.
because that's where we started off. For the virtually a podcast.
Yeah, let me pull
Thinking
that up real
we'll be
quick.
different. We'll be different. But you guys can follow us at twitch.tv/it's virtually a podcast. Normally I'm not real. Normally I'm
A
I'm
virtual.
a
Well,
bald,
I have you
I'm
right
a virtual
here.
person. There I
Yeah,
am.
so everyone, currently Daniel does a really cool podcast where him and former Coin Boys co-host as well, Crypto Sanity, do a show called It's Virtually a Podcast on Twitch. But they used to do it on Mixer, and
Mhm.
that's why you saw the Mixer link pop up,
It's
even
so
though
funny.
even though Mixer's gone. So,
It's the greatest.
Daniel, tell me a little bit about It's Virtually a Podcast before we get into everything.
Basically, we talk about we like to talk about a lot of technology news, gaming news, and then just crazy news in general that just brings up a lot of chat in our chat box. I don't know I don't know where I was going with that one. It's
Are
just
you a
something
Twitch
that
streamer
brings up
or
a big
not?
conversation.
Are you
I
a
am
Twitch
not.
streamer? Are you not?
I'm barely a Twitch streamer, but I'm learning. I'm learning the
I
ropes. I
thought you
love
were
it
a
though.
Twitch streamer. I thought you
I
were a
am
Twitch streamer.
barely one. It's just because everybody's like, "What do you do on Twitch? Like, what game do you play?" I'm like, I don't play any games.
Oh,
But when I do play games, I play story games, and I love doing those. They're fun.
okay, fair enough.
But yeah, come on by, enjoy. It's very fun. We just have a laugh basically at the news, and we also watch. We also talk about crappy food that we find on the internet, and we also talk about crazy videos that we find on the internet. And I'm going to be doing a lot more too, so it's gonna be fun.
All right, yeah, and I come on that show sometimes, and
Yep,
then
in VR.
in
Often
VR.
you come in.
I do
Mhm.
have VR too. Retro Game Brew says can confirm it's virtually podcast is a lot of fun. Thanks,
Oh,
Ryan. That's
thank you.
awesome. But so yeah, so all my listeners and the ones that are always here and represent the cafe BTW,
Like half of them come over to come over to mine too, which is really cool. Thank you guys so much.
which is really cool. But what I'm saying is that we usually talk about very intense topics in the retro gaming nostalgia space. We don't always talk about retro gaming. We do talk about like general nostalgia, like I did Saturday morning cartoons a couple of weeks ago. So today's gonna be different because today's a different type of episode because it's part reunion, part the topic crypto and gaming. And Daniel, in what year was it? The tail end of 2016, right at the start of 2017, you and I started a cryptocurrency podcast called the Coin Boys Podcast. Is
Hmm.
that about right?
I think it was end of 2017, right at the beginning of 2018. Did we do it
Wait,
for 2 years or 1 year?
I thought it was 2 years, solid
Okay,
two
then if it
years.
was 20, yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. It
It's
was the tail end
2017.
2016 because it was before my daughter was born. So
Yes,
yeah.
and if a lot of people don't know, in the crypto market in 2017, there was a boom that happened where a lot of non-crypto people that didn't really understand crypto came in and started buying Bitcoin, Ripple, which was a coin
Oh my
we'll
God.
talk about, and XRP. And Daniel and I wanted to do a crypto podcast differently because at the time we noticed a lot of the influencers were doing what they call shilling. And shilling is when you're just pushing coins for views, or maybe the coin's paying you to promote it. Daniel and I wanted to be true to crypto because Daniel and I believed in researching the crypto,
Tech.
the tech, use cases, because that ultimately, bottom line, cryptocurrencies, the whole point of it is a digital currency, digital money. We don't have a bank anymore. You own your money. That money is yours. And that's the future of money. And Daniel and I wanted to
Mhm.
make sure that the projects that were being developed were actually making sense in their development. And Daniel, we found many projects that didn't make sense. We've
Oh
about
yeah, we
projects.
questioned them.
We questioned them, and we never told you what to buy. We never gave you financial advice ever whatsoever. Because if we
Yeah,
did, you probably wouldn't have made money. Um,
yeah. We made a vow to never talk about price and price prediction, and we didn't care to do that because one, nobody can, and two, it was just because it it was more about I wanted to make sure that we weren't hurting people because a lot of people get hurt in the space, and it was really that was just pissing me off the most. So I was like, let's do it on our own. We can do it ourselves,
yeah,
and we did it.
and then another element to that was that I was a big gamer. Daniel was
Mhm.
what is a game. You know, Daniel, you grew up playing video games. You love retro
Mhm.
video games. I'm sure you played all the video games. But at the time, I was more of the gamer, and I was like, Daniel,
Yeah,
we should talk more about how video games are going to be potentially, really valuable to cryptocurrency because of digital items, digital goods already being in video games years before cryptocurrency. So, do you remember how that kind of conformed how we decided to do a crypto
yeah,
gaming side of things?
yeah. No, I wanted to talk about that because I'm like messing with the camera. Um, yeah, you went to the second to last E3. I feel it was the second to last because you and I went to the last
It was here. It
E3.
is. I have the episode. It was E3 2017, I believe.
Yep.
2017. Yeah.
Yeah. So in that time, you met William Quigley, who, if you guys know that name, it's the leader of Wax, but he also did a lot of
Hold on.
the
Let me pull him
Wax.
up.
Yeah, Wax at the time did a lot of skins for what game? It wasn't Call of Duty. I think it was
He owned a company called Opskins that did, a
Obscure.
bunch a
There we go.
bunch of stuff for not I think it was what's it called? Counter-Strike. It was for
Yeah,
Counter-Strike.
there it was.
Yep.
So you met him, and he introduced us back then to the idea of NFTs.
He did. Yeah.
And
And
yeah,
as we know, NFTs right now are like the biggest thing since sliced bread. And right now, I'm opening up what's called the Atomic Hub, Daniel. And this is a wax marketplace that today is super viable,
huge.
huge. They just dropped their MLB cards that push their market cap up so high in just a day.
Yeah,
So
it was nuts.
so what Daniel's saying is that we met this guy, William Quigley, who is one of the leading pioneers in the NFT market 3 to 4 years before today, where
Yeah,
everyone publicly right now that are trading NFTs, that are all into NFTs, like you see Jake Paul, you see Paris Hilton, you see all these stars.
you're naming all the great people of society.
No,
Go ahead,
I'm
continue.
all the great people of celebrity NFT society. Um,
Sure.
the WWE did a couple of Undertaker NFTs, but when he was talking about it back then, Daniel, no one really took it that seriously. And
But you and I did
we
like that.
did.
That's what made me go, "Oh my god, I got to get back into gaming." Because of that conversation that we had with William Quigley, because of how he was describing him, and then more so, you also met the people who did Engine, who created Engine.
Yeah, so I also met Engine Coin at E3 in 2017. They actually had a booth back then, and it was really odd to see a cryptocurrency at E3 in 2017. If say E3 had a physical appearance this year and there was a cryptocurrency NFT booth, it wouldn't be as weird as it was in 2017. And I don't mean weird for me, just weird that they were able to do that back then. And Engine Coin is
Yeah,
one of
they
the
were.
and here they are, Engine Coin with
There they are.
Roger Walco. Roger Walco, which was like their
Yes.
community director, but he had a gaming background too. All these big crypto, like these people in crypto at the time in like 2017 were all gamers. They were all from like the gaming
Mhm.
industry. They were pioneers from gaming.
Yeah, and it was that project that really explained the possibilities. Because when we were talking to William Quigley, it was cool because you could trade your skins, which right off the bat, that's huge for NFTs and for gamers that couldn't trade the items that they purchased. You're stuck. But now, thanks to crypto, thanks to blockchain technology, you can now trade what you bought, like as if it's anything else, and it's great because it could add a value. Maybe you got a rare skin, maybe you got a rare item. Now you can do that. But when you talk to Engine, they explained they wanted to create a universe, and they're still trying to create the universe, and I think it's really really cool. So if you make a game, uh, and it has an NFT in it that you can use, like he explained it. Let's say, for example, you got the Mario, you got a flower from Mario as an NFT. You could take that into another game as long as it's within the same universe, and that flower can now do something else. It can be something else, but you have an extra item, an extra tool that enhances the game and changes it up a little bit. That I thought was really sweet.
Yeah, and Daniel, this is why this episode is so important. And shout out to Mr. Flight who said y'all were in the future. We were, Mr. Flight.
We were, and that's a huge part to Andy going. I gotta go to. Andy was gonna go to E3 no matter what. There was no way I was gonna not let him go to E3. But for the fact that he was able to figure out how crypto and gaming tied in so early was freaking nuts. Like that opened up huge doors.
Thank you. I don't really think about how I really saw that ahead of the time, way ahead of everything right now. And our
Yeah.
Our first interview, actually, what's really interesting, our first ever Coin Boys podcast interview was with Theta Token, which is currently a working project still. And literally we spoke to them right before their beta launch. And here, let me pull it up. And we talked to Wes Levitt, who I think is still with Theta, which I would imagine makes sense because they're doing so well.
He was their community manager, I think?
No, he was like their communication. They didn't really have a community manager. He just led all their brand partnerships, their communications, their PR. He was like wearing all their hats when it came to public marketing and stuff like that. Great guy. Had a strategy, basically, was at the time. Shout out to Wes Levitt. I hope he's doing well. He was a really cool guy. We interviewed him twice, actually, because like 2 years later we interviewed him. But
because they had announced they had a huge partnership at that time. It was huge.
And what's crazy is that our first ever interview was with a gaming-centric token. And I think that the thing about video games and cryptocurrency is not so much that we've been trading digital goods for years. Even in Fortnite today, when you're buying a skin and you're using V-Bucks, technically you're using kind of a built-in currency that's digital and trading and skins. So the gamer's mentality, the understanding of gamers knowing that you could do that with digital goods, digital items, makes the gaming community so much easier to bring into the mass adoption. And that's what Daniel and I kind of saw. We saw that, wait a minute, gamers understand this way more than a regular person on the street. You know, you could explain, hey, you need to open this wallet and do this, and a gamer kind of gets it. And I'm being serious. And I think that's what we saw. We saw the opportunity. And Daniel, what do you think of this whole like explosion of NFTs? Crypto kitties are worth millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars now. Like,
it's upsetting me. It upsets me a lot because I didn't grab. We were trying to get the people like that were interviewing. Like, hey, could you send us some NFTs just to have? Can we do that? They never did.
Back then, they weren't as giving with that stuff for some reason. I don't know why. That was weird.
Well, you know what it was? Is we were so ahead. Is they didn't even have them ready to give.
Oh, you're right.
Yet.
They were just in development anyway.
Yeah, they were all still in development. They're like, oh, well, we don't have anything yet. And we're like, oh, yeah, but now they have it. Now they owe us. So, damn it. But, yeah, it was really, really cool. So we know very soon, you and I know at least very soon, there's going to be a bear market in crypto. Like, Bitcoin's going to drop.
I think NFTs as well, of course.
I'm going to say, because they're not related, that NFTs are still I mean, maybe the popularity will go down a little bit. Maybe you're not going to sell them for as much, but the truth is they're just like trading cards. They're just like any other collectibles. They're going to still have.
I think there's still going to be a little bit of a bear market with NFTs, but you're right. I have Top Shot up right now, and Daniel, Top Shot obviously is a very good example of what you're talking about. See, Top Shot is going the other route, where you do not have to understand blockchain technology in order to own a moment in Top Shot. You just know you own this highlight, but this highlight, Daniel, is on the blockchain. But you technically don't need to know that, because what is Top Shot doing? They're making it an underlining technology. When they do their tweets, they don't go, oh, blockchain this, blockchain that. They just say, hey, new moments are out, get the new pack. There's nothing that like scares people away in the way they introduce their product. So you're right. So that's kind of like selling to your point, is that,
Yeah.
and we always talked about the importance of this becoming an underlining technology as opposed to having to learn and know how to use it, right? Like, isn't that the
Yeah,
win?
that was the one of the things that we were when we had started, and still even today, I don't think much has changed. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, that stuff is really difficult to use for the common person. For like my grandma, she will not be able to use it. It's just way too difficult for her to figure it
But
out.
if your
But
grandma was said, hey, they're going to release Murder She Wrote moments and clips from the original Murder She Wrote, and she loved Murder She Wrote, would she be into it?
yeah, that's the thing, is that obviously if they do something that she deems a value of something that she likes and collects, sure, yeah, absolutely. Which, by the way, I'm currently, the reason why you may be hearing chickens and all that other stuff is because I'm at my grandma's house, and my grandma lives just north of LA, where it's farmland, and she has like a farm, and so you can hear chickens and all this other stuff behind me. So I apologize, but I'm here to take care of her because she needs a little bit of help. So that's why I'm right here. But anyways, and I'm not inside because my grandma would absolutely collect Jesus NFTs if they exist, and I'm pretty sure they do, and they are all over the house. And it scares me.
Man, Jesus NFTs would be very valuable.
They would absolutely be valuable. You don't know how commerce works to buy milk from the corner store. Exactly.
Yes.
So wait, Jensen, put it down. You don't need to know that stuff, but for Bitcoin, to transfer Ethereum, to transfer all that stuff, you need to know, like, okay, I go here for, it's like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and if you mess up on one of those steps, you lose money, and that's not good. Whereas I think with NFTs, they're making it a little bit easier. Am I wrong on that?
No, you're totally right. That's what I'm talking about. Like, okay, let's take Wax, for example. Now, with Wax, however, a lot of people complain that there's a little bit of a learning curve to use it. But my argument there is it's better that you kind of understand the blockchain technology so that you know what you're actually doing. So what Wax does that Top Shot doesn't is that Wax makes it a little bit harder for you to understand it, because you have to open a wallet. You have to send you buy with a credit card, which is the one important part.
That's a huge thing.
They let you use credit card, but if you want to purchase in the marketplace, Daniel, you have to use Wax. You can't use USD. You have to use Wax. So once you get the cards, but say you didn't get the cards you wanted, you missed the drop, you could still have an opportunity to go to the marketplace with your Wax token and buy crypto in the marketplace. Where in Top Shot, you can go to the marketplace, but you're technically still don't understand that it's all blockchain related. In Wax, you really have to approve transactions right on the fly. It pops up something and says, do you approve this transaction? Yes, I approve it. So does it. I mean, it does that on Top Shot, but it's different.
But I feel like everybody in the chat, everybody here watching, everybody understands the concept of how a token works. Like, we all went to Chuck E. Cheese, and we all had to give our money so that we could use that token to play games and all. It's the same exact thing for Wax. Point. You're buying tokens, your bits here on Twitch. Like, you're buying those things. Like, it's nothing. And it's nothing unfamiliar to these guys.
So let's rewind again to Wax, right? I want to talk about Wax in particular because I think it's the most successful of all those NFT projects we spoke to in the beginning. It's besides CryptoKitty and Dapper, they're successful, whatever. But Wax is interesting to me because recently, Daniel, the MLB trading cards are now on Wax. So,
which is what they needed to do for a while now.
Now, to step forward on this a little bit more is that a huge deal was made. And that's Funko Pops will be on the Wax blockchain. Now, if you would have told me this 3 years ago, I would have thought, holy crap, are you freaking serious? And then guess what? When I read this, I was like, oh my God, are you serious? Because it's just it's just insane that. And listen, if you don't know what Funko Pops are, I get it, but it's probably one of the biggest collectibles,
Yeah, if you don't know what Funko Pops are,
you've seen them at least.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
You've at least seen them, right?
You've accidentally been given one, maybe.
Maybe.
You don't even know.
So what do you think of that? What do you think of Wax's growth here?
So Wax's growth is interesting, but we're gonna now test the limits of what we need on the NFT blockchain. Like the one thing that they had said, the one cool thing about NFTs is that you could use that NFT to verify if the object that you're buying is real. So, for example, if you're going to buy a pair of shoes and you want to make sure that they're real Jordans versus fake Jordans, there's going to be something in there that you're able to verify digitally, like scan it and verify that yes, that is the actual shoe. This is real. This is you have the actual thing. And the cool thing about that is it does something extra. So if you have AR glasses, they could put a skin on top of your shoes that people can see, that other people can see while you're walking around. They also have AR glasses. There's a lot of little things. Wax is now testing it with I feel with Funko Pops because they're a physical item. Do they need to be on the blockchain? We'll find out. What kind of benefit is it for them to have all that stuff on the blockchain?
Thanks for gifted sub to Sanity, Genzo Chicken.
Ooh.
And what's up, Sanity? Sanity said everyone's had a Funko Pop at least once. That's right. Damn it. They have at least once. So I think that is one of the biggest things that we were able to successfully bring to a public audience way ahead of its time is that we were talking about digital goods, digital items really in the early days, Daniel, and I'm really proud of that. We also had a game which is still in development called Ember Sword.
Yeah, I remember Ember Sword.
Which was offering real estate in the video game to purchase. Dr. Destro says, how can Twitch streamers use NFTs as channel rewards or incentives? I've been trying to figure this out for my stream. Well,
you figured it out, sir.
Dr. Destro, you can do whatever you want. Guess what? I'm giving away an NFT today. And how do I do that? I just say, hey, I'm going to do a giveaway doing this. And then once that person wins, just have them join your Discord and DM them the NFT. For now, until there's integration, Dr. Destro, into the actual Twitch, that will be different, but we don't have that right now. So make your own way of doing it. And like today, I'm going to be giving out an NFT at the end of the show, Daniel, with a video game NFT giveaway. So Dr. Destro,
2 for 1, nice.
Be creative in your own way. You know, I'll show you. This is my face as an NFT, and I will be giving you my face as an NFT today.
And that one actually has value, right?
Right.
Somebody bought it.
This one's worth about 20 cents on the market, all right?
Yes, dude, so, you did it. Your success. I love it.
It's crazy. I made value out of nothing, out of thin air, right? And that's because of...
But didn't it cost you $50 to mint it?
Good question. No. Wax doesn't... That's when you do minting on OpenSea with Ethereum, man. On Wax,
okay,
cost me probably $1 to mint over 300 different...
nice.
NFTs. So Wax is also affordable for minting your NFTs. Sandy says, Genzo, I know they have mentioned QR codes which can be replicated. There was one company using an attached USB with the unique physical shoes. What? Andy's face is the best face, says Mr. Flight. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It is. Genzo has a good point, and it's the one thing that I'm also trying to figure out with certain sales of NFTs. Like Jack Dorsey sold his first tweet as an NFT. And somebody is now selling Army Hammer's DMs as an NFT, and they are spectacular. Yeah, I must say.
Why not sell things as interesting NFTs? Like you can, I guess.
Sure, but Sanity and I had this conversation a little bit on Thursday on our show. What does that legally mean? How do you own those things?
By the way, this is Crypto Sanity on the right. And this is me on the left, and Daniel obviously in the middle.
We scared everybody. That was at
CIS.
What was it?
CIS,
the
Crypto Invest Summit. Crypto Invest
here
Summit.
in LA.
Yeah.
And I screamed on the microphone as soon as we started, "What's up? What's up? What's up?" If you know blockchain, if you know Bitcoin, that brought fear to everybody's ears, and they were like, "What the hell's going on here?" So we had a little bit of an audience. We actually packed the house that day, technically in that little...
We had a great time that day. This is a fun... we probably were the most entertaining panel that anyone was able to watch at CIS. Okay, let's be honest.
I'm gonna say 100%. That was the truth.
Yeah.
But in any case, going back to what Jen's was saying, how do you prove that QR code on the shoe is legit? Can you just recreate it? And here's what happens: is the initial owner, will have the NFT as well. Somebody can recreate the QR code, but when you scan it, it'll say NFT already claimed. So they have to also prove to you in their wallet that they have that NFT to give to you, and that will verify that is the actual object.
Yeah.
FYI.
So
to give you guys that answer.
You know what's crazy? Having you on the show is making me think about what we did so well on our podcast. And, you know, I think that what's great about the Coin Boys is that we really went in on crypto in a very smart way. And I want to also highlight that, Daniel, we talked about regular cryptocurrencies too very often. We even had other people. So we talked about things like Tron at the time when Tron just came out. We talked about, let me pull up some other ones we talked about. Let's see, here's one. Proto Block, if you remember, was a decentralized fantasy football coin that probably
I loved that one.
That one was cool.
Fun.
We had the Lincoln Method, which was like kind of educational based crypto. We had John.
Yeah, they were teaching kids.
We had John freaking McAfee, who I believe is in jail right now.
Yeah, but he can still call us. He's got your number.
He's still got my number. Here he is. The guy who invented McAfee antivirus, who, in all honesty, Daniel, gave one of the most remarkable
interviews.
One of the best interviews we ever did. And man, was it interesting, because we didn't just talk to him about crypto. We talked about the old days of computer age, where he was, butting heads with the guy who created Netscape, and he was creating them. Why did the antivirus software be created? McAfee's a nut job, but man, was that an interesting
There's his
episode.
wife.
There's his wife, yeah.
And she's so sweet. I love his wife.
Jenza says, well, I see it like people that don't know or don't care would just be like, screw this code, sell the figure to someone that also doesn't know or doesn't care about the NFT code. Official Flight says, I worked on the Tron movie. Well, the latest Disney one. Well, the Tron movie is way different than Tron the coin. But that's cool.
But they did name it after that.
They did name it after the movie, probably, yeah.
Yeah. I would say John McAfee was one of the more interesting, probably the most memorable interview, because we were like, oh my God, is the FBI going to be on us after this?
I think I had texted
investigated back then.
I had texted you. It's like, hey, I remember like saying, hey, do you think it's like, because he's getting investigated, are they going to call me because we interviewed him?
And and you were like, should I give him your number to call? I'm like, hell no, don't give him my phone number to call. You keep it. I made it a whole new setup so that way he can call your phone versus my phone that day.
But at the time, just to let people know, in 2017, McAfee was very respected in the crypto space. Everyone really loved John McAfee, and he would do.
And he still kind of is.
He still kind of is, yeah. Was looking into crypto for laundering, or do I just have to watch the interview? I would listen to the interview. It's not about what he did wrong, but we interview him, and it's really interesting. But there's a lot of things that John McAfee has attached to his name, more than just like, it wasn't laundering with crypto. I think it was just like other weird shit, man. He loved crypto. He
didn't launder with crypto at all.
At all. He actually promoted adoption.
Tax evasion.
It was tax evasion.
Tax evasion. Yeah. And, possibly murder. We'll find out. Of his neighbor in, where was it, Chile?
Yes. But it's true, everyone. If you know who John McAfee is, we spoke to this guy and had this crazy interview with him. And I'll never forget us waiting for him to call us. It was a really interesting day. And I remember when the interview was over, I was shaking because it was just so crazy. I don't know.
That was intense.
I
remember another interview that we did was with Funfair.
Oh yes, which are still around. Funfair,
which are still they're a gambling blockchain where you can play casino games and stuff like that. But I bought them on because Andy liked Funfair as a project, but what we didn't know was when I brought on the CEO, he's like, oh, I used to work on a game and it was friggin' Star Fox. And so Andy just went off on this huge tangent with retro gaming immediately. We almost dropped them.
Thanks, it's Virtually Podcast. Yeah, so just so people know,
Woo!
Jezan was actually part of the company that created the chip for the N64 that gave you Star Fox, Mario 64, and all that crazy stuff. Or it was on the
So,
NES. Sorry.
yeah. By the way, if you guys want to hear these, they're still on SoundCloud. We're looking at them right now, and the information is still extremely valid and true to today.
It's true. That is very true. We did Mirror Shot, which was a VR focused music coin, and Daniel, they're doing a lot of stuff still. Mirror Shot is still doing a lot of active stuff in the VR space when it comes to crypto and music. Then we have other ones like Orbs. I don't remember what Orbs was. Is that still around?
Probably nothing. There's Kin,
which if anyone knows, Kin was created as like a crypto off of the app. What was it? What was the app? The famous messaging app that Kick. The CEO of Kick created Kin. Just so everyone knows. And let's see.
And the SEC shut them down quick.
And
they're fighting though.
One to note is that we went to the last E3, which I like to say, until E3 has come back. And that was the first time we did an E3 where you had been to one, right? Right, Daniel?
I had never been to an E3. I hadn't really been to any conventions really at all. So that wasn't a fun experience, but it was the most memorable experience for me because that's when I got to touch the small of Mark Paul Gosselaar's back.
Oh, that's right. And, I have that photo somewhere. Let me find it.
Yeah, I'm a huge Saved by the Bell fan.
Dude,
I was so nervous. I stalked him. Sanity helped me stalk him.
This is also
Sanity took the shot.
This is also where we had the famous run-in with Dr. Disrespect.
Yes, that's when we saw Dr. Disrespect, and he was like, what's your guys' name? And then right after that, he got banned, or he got not banned, but he got for his Twitch stream.
This is the Twitch stream that banned him because he went into the bathroom. Literally 10 minutes before he went in the bathroom, he was talking to me like in this video right here. And he came right up to us and hung out. And he goes to his streams like, anyone know the Coin Boys? Coin Boys? Anybody? Nope. Coin Boys? But he still said our name on his show. It was really nice. It was
cool.
And he was cool as hell. And this is the second run-in I had with Dr. Disrespect. And he gave us, what he's telling us here is that he's like, he had an idea for a phone where you would scroll on the back of the phone as opposed to the front of the phone.
Button. He goes, you should put a button on the back of the phone so that way you can scroll so that way you're not doing this.
And then literally he's like, all right, guys, let's go and get banned in the bathroom.
And he bounced and went to the bathroom. Like, who takes your stream into the bathroom? There it is. And that was us outside the not Staples Center, LA Convention Center.
Here's you and Insanity, who's in chat right now. Gonna play the huge, I think it was
giant Marvel vs. Capcom.
Was it Marvel? Yeah, it was Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yep, it was.
No, he didn't get planned. It wasn't a stunt. He didn't. I was joking. He accidentally just went into the bathroom live streaming because he has to go to the bathroom. And then he got banned because you're not supposed to do that. He wasn't.
Well, he got banned for the day, and then he came back, and then he got banned for life. Apparently, it was the weirdest thing.
Hey, doctor. Yeah. Lived in LA for 15 years. Nice, man. Yeah, I love LA. I'm from Jersey originally. Here's a good picture of us right in front of the convention center. What a great time. This was like and guess who we saw, Daniel? Who did we see at E3?
Wax.
Was Wax. Let me show this video. Yeah, so we were interviewing RTFKT. What was it called? It was the shoe NFT. Artifact. And they're still around doing some crazy shoes. And the guy that's taking the mic is one of their designers. And this was a shoe NFT. It was an NFT shoe.
Yeah.
And they were working with Wax. Look, there's the Wax logo on the.
And so if you I don't know if they'll still. So as you can see, the look of the shoe changes, and that's what they're saying will happen in the in AR.
Yep.
You buy a shoe, and then you get a skin for your shoe.
An NFT skin that you use for AR.
Which I thought that was pretty cool.
Pretty freaking. And look, this is like way before Wax got to where they are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, man.
But they were doing pretty good.
They were.
I will say that Major League Baseball, we interviewed somebody who it wasn't Major League Baseball's first time into blockchain. It's like
It,
their third or fourth time.
yeah. What was it called? It was called MLB Champions. Hold on. MLB
Yes.
Champions.
We went to their offices in Santa Monica, and they had they made this MLB game for the blockchain where you would have the players,
Here it
and
is.
as yeah, that's it. And as their real stats changed in life, their stats would change in the game, and you would get special special NFTs and all this other stuff and special abilities. It was pretty crazy.
And to think that
How it
everyone's like, oh, MLB is in NFTs. I'm like, they've been doing it already. They did it
Yeah,
already.
I was like, this is not the first time.
This is not the first time. I forgot the name of the company that created this. That was a really cool Lucid Sight.
Lucid Sight.
Lucid
Because they
Sight.
also had a
Sci-fi game.
a sci-fi ship game that was releasing Star Trek ships
and
that
it
were
did.
NFTs.
Yep, and it's still around. Yep. It's called isn't it Crypto Space Commander?
No, what was that? CSD.
Yeah, this is it.
Stood for. Yeah, is that what it's called? Crypto Space Commander? That's weird. I feel like it was something else. But yeah, okay.
And this is an NFT sci-fi video game where you own the ships as NFTs. Yep.
And that was really cool.
And there's a marketplace for these and everything. I remember him saying that some of the ships were just going for a lot of money. Some of the ships were going for like $10,000, $20,000. Really cool idea. And what's crazy is that everyone's talking about NBA Top Shot, NBA, and all these NFTs today where 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they were doing this stuff. Like, this stuff isn't new. Yeah. So Sandy says, yes, CSC. It's fucking boring. It is boring.
Yeah, it really is. It was bad. I tried to play. I was like, okay, cool, I'll play. Really, what they were selling you were the ships. The game was just, it blew pretty hard. But the baseball games are pretty fun.
What's up, Panda? It's good to see you, man. How you doing? Now, one thing before we
what's up, Panda?
There's one kind of coin that people don't talk about enough, Daniel, and it's one that we covered. And I wanted to bring this really up quickly, and I wanted to hope that you could give us a little background on what is a stable coin, Daniel. I think that stable coins are coins that we need to talk about because there's NFTs, there's crypto, and there's stable coins. So I've been meaning to bring this up to an audience that might not know what these are. Daniel, what's a stable coin?
A stable coin is a coin that is always going to be worth $1 or whatever they say it's going to be worth. It could be worth a penny, but it will always be worth that amount. And the idea behind that is really they were thinking that would replace currency that we have right now.
They're still trying.
Dollars. They're still trying. The problem is nobody knows what it's backed by in many cases. Not all cases. In some cases, they've proven that it is backed by actual money. So it's like a 1-to-1 ratio that they're backed by. But
Tether is the best example.
Tether, they are backed by. They do have the funds to back it up. They did an investigation on it just recently. So, but other stable coins are just like, yeah, this all is gonna be worth $1, and for everyone that you buy, we put one of our coin into the market. For everyone that's sold, we take one back, and all this other stuff. But it was a way so that way, if people didn't want to convert to the U.S. dollar. When they were trying to take profit. So let's say, right now, this past week, Bitcoin was worth almost $60,000.
I wish.
So if you wanted to keep it at that price, you would sell it, and then when it comes back down like it is right now, you could rebuy in using that stable coin.
Oh man, and you know who's actually a part of Tether?
Who?
William Quigley.
Yep.
I'm pretty
that
sure.
That guy's in everything. I remember Quigley, he said he was trying to do something with Tether. At least.
I thought he was. I could be wrong. Yeah, ex-Tether. I guess he's an ex-Tether executive. Okay.
Yeah, he had started it out, and that's what got him into getting wax onto his skin site.
This was a recent interview with William Quigley about Tether, actually, about stable coins. I think he's still very much...
That dude is charismatic.
Dude, he is killing it. He was ahead of his time. He must be very well-to-do right now. He must be pretty good. He was a nice guy, too. Very cool guy. Very positive guy for the space. And he's obviously still killing it. He was killing it back then. He's killing it now. CM Panda says, good morning, guys. Hey, man. It's good to see you. And then Crypto Sandy says, the space station... sold for 1,100 ETH. Oh my god, damn!
which
In the space
right
game, I
now would
guess.
be worth what, 20,000, 22.
So yeah, man, I miss us jabbering about crypto, and
Oh,
it's really funny to look back on all the great work we did, and that a lot of the work we did, a lot of the research we did, had proven
mhm.
really a lot of these projects turned out to be positive, and they actually are doing well today.
Yeah,
Some
we
of
were
them
offered
aren't.
a lot of we were offered a lot of like shady people, and I was probably worse than you. I was always the no, what do they do? Let me see, hold on,
Yeah.
kind of guy. But you were like, hey man, these guys said that you do this. I'm like, hold on a second, let me figure it out. There were a few projects that I was like, I knew the project was a little bit shady, but the information we were gonna get from them was valuable. That's why I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and do that. But I did my best to try to make them look dumb on the interview.
Yeah, no, and listen, I'm not going to say names. Daniel and I even had a big influencer on our show, and having him on the show, we realized he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. So when you
Yeah,
came
his name
on,
was Crypto Shilnai. I'll go ahead and name it.
okay,
Fucking, what is his real name? Michael something?
Michael
That
something.
dude doesn't know shit. Sorry. Sorry, I had to do it.
But what I'm saying is, if you came onto the Coin Boys podcast, you better know what the hell you were talking about, because we asked you the questions that other people didn't. We really wanted to make sure that our audience knew that we really cared about the crypto universe, the crypto industry. And that's why, when we ended up going our separate ways, Daniel, in a positive way, and I started doing the retro podcast, because this is the first time I've ever talked this publicly about crypto in a long time, and I only think I feel comfortable doing it with you, Daniel. So,
Uh, Thank you. I like to make people feel comfortable in my arms.
yes. So, you know, I'm not going to continue to do a lot of like crypto talk, because I know we did our job. We put in 2 years of heavy work and research into the importance of cryptocurrency, into why we love this stuff. So even when we stopped talking about it, didn't mean I didn't fall out of love with it. I've been in love with cryptocurrency since 2012, when I discovered that magical wizard on Reddit that told me to
Yes.
buy Bitcoin. Magical, it's funny. It's like you run into all these people today, Daniel, that have had no clue about crypto past last year. And when you run into those people,
That was and we had the same experience too, because we had known prior to 2016, we were already into crypto and on blockchain and all that stuff.
yes, we did.
And it's cyclical. It's like as soon as the bear market hits, as soon as people are making money, it's like, oh, I'm arguing every day on my WhatsApp channel with my fantasy football friends. They're like, how much Doge did you buy today? And they're serious into Doge, and I'm just like, guys, you need to stop it. You are going to get hurt.
Yeah, the
No.
Doge thing, I'm scared for people. I did not buy into that FOMO. I don't care if it hits $1. I am like, that's gonna hurt people. Dogecoin is gonna hurt people, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So you better be careful right now. Better be careful.
Let's see. Currently try to unlock a wallet that has some crypto. Yeah. We had heard so many stories about people losing their keys, and even people who have been in the space for a while. I know there's somebody that's in our crypto chat that recently got scammed from one of those texting things, like, oh, your shipment is here, and he gave all his information
Oh my
to that
god,
link
I can't
and
believe it.
lost all his crypto. He lost like 20K worth. It was ridiculous. But according to Sanity, it's 2.2 million of that thing got sold for today. 2
Jesus.
point, yeah.
Um,
So crazy.
so to kind of close out, Daniel, this is a famous question we used to always propose.
Mm-hmm.
What does the future hold for crypto? I love this question. Daniel, now
Oh, okay, cool.
in
Hold on.
2021, fast forward from our first start of our podcast in 2017, where we asked this question back then. We've always asked this question, but Daniel,
We did.
what does the future hold for crypto?
Oh, I definitely think we're still in early adoption stages. I that was the number one answer that everybody gives. We're definitely in early
No,
adoption.
give me the
Absolutely early
Daniel
adoption.
Gutierrez one, all right? Give me
The
that one.
truth is, and I had mentioned this even during our show. There's going to be a point where we're not going to. it's not going to be called blockchain, or it's not going to be called any. It's just going to be a part of the technology in every single thing that we do, because it's an excellent way of keeping track of anything, uh, verifying anything, keeping people honest. That's what it's going to be. So it's going to be a part of everything, but hopefully it'll be at a point where you don't know that it's working. Just the same way that Visa, you don't know how Visa works when you swipe your Visa card. You don't know the intricacies of what happens in that split second of approve or denied in my case, but you don't know what that whole inner workings. It's just going to work. It's just going to be. But I hope that it creates. I really, really hope that it creates a global economy versus governmental economies. So that way we can get some of that power back. I like decentralization. That's my favorite thing.
I do too. I think that we always agreed that we want to see it become an underlying technology. So like a product like Top Shot is one that is doing that with NFTs, where you don't really you don't need to understand. You just gotta love basketball and highlights.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And Daniel,
and
shout
way,
out. I sold my first NFT. I sold my first NBA Top Shot. On their marketplace. It's kind of cool. It felt good.
You sold Bogdanovich? Or
no, I sold Jarrett Allen. Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. So what were you going to say?
If you guys are seeing that the Nightbot is sending you to our Mixer, you can still follow us on Mixer.
Is Mixer still up?
I think it just forwards you to Facebook now.
Really?
But I don't know. Check it out since you're on a computer.
I want to tell everyone that's in chat, please stay, because we are about to do the giveaway. But Daniel, I want to tell you that you are one of my very, very close friends in LA. You're one of my trusted friends in LA. You know, LA is an untrustworthy town, but I trust you.
It really is.
But I trust you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
And I don't
have much to hurt.
I think the work we did around the Coin Boys was some of the best work I've ever done. It's not only made us both really good at podcasting and just interviewing people and just doing like media work. It one helped me get my job in lots of ways. It really taught me about how to use social media. It taught me how to do a lot. It made me a better marketer in the digital age. And Daniel, I don't have to say, but I had just the best time with you, and shout out to Sanity, who later became a part of the Coin Boys fold as well. I just will never forget just the amazing times we had, man. So really thank you so much.
It was fun. It was just me and you and in my little pool house that we're in, that I live in. So, which I will be moving out of pretty soon. But yeah.
Don't go anywhere, everyone. We're going to be doing a Stream Racer game in order to win an NFT and a game today. And today, Daniel, the game we're giving away is called Ageless. And I'll play a little bit of what it looks like here. It looks like a cool side scroller. So stay tuned. We are doing right now my favorite giveaway game, Stream Racer, which I brought back. I kind of put it on hold.
I missed it.
Here it comes back. So we're going to give out Ageless and My Face NFT on today's giveaway. So you get My Face as an NFT, and you also get a free game today, and that will be Ageless. So let's pull up Stream Racer, and let me get this show on the road. We're going to do a new game. We're going to start this game. All right, everyone, put !race in chat once this thing loads up. !race in chat in order to join the race and win an NFT and a video game. I know everyone that's in chat, whether you're watching or not, please join in. We want to have as many people have a chance to win this game. Everyone that's lurking, whatever, come on, join the race. Let's do this. We got about 5 people. That's enough for me. But I know we got a few more. All right, Jan's in. Jan's in. We got Dr. Distro. We got Panda. We got Flight. We got Genzo. All right, Jan. What's up, Jan? Always good to see you. Thank you so much for this, the always supporting. We got Sandy. We got 7 people going after the NFT and the game today, Daniel. I'm excited.
The more cars on this race, the funnier it is.
I know. It's so good. I think the record was like, I don't know, we had like 15 cars at one point. But all right, I'm going to start we got a minute timer going, so we still have time if you want to join the chat. Before we close out here with Stream Racer. Daniel, where can we find you, sir, while we're doing the countdown here?
You can follow me personally at dgutierrez84 or at It's VRA Podcast on Twitter. And then you can find us twitch.tv/It's Virtually a Podcast. Come join us. We're every Monday night at 6 and every Thursday night at 6 o'clock Pacific time here. And we have a lot of fun.
Jan says, so many games to play, loving spring, having a good time. I enjoy the birds in the background here. Yes, we've had...
told you it was a good addition.
We've never had birds as guests until Daniel
I want the chicken. I want the chicken that's over here to just kind of come over here real quick.
Is that what chickens sound like, Daniel?
Well, turkeys do, and sometimes chickens if they're confused.
All right, everybody, here we go. Get ready in 4, 3, 2, 1. You have a chance to win the game Ageless and an NFT of my face today. Here we go. This is the race. Here we go. Stream Racer is upon us, my friends. Oh, here we go. We got everyone's lined up. We're going to have Panda takes a... Oh, no, it's Jan with the early lead, followed by followed by Panda, and It's Virtually a Podcast, Insanity in fourth. Let's pull out a little bit just to get a good look. Oh, it looks like CM Panda just spun out.
I was like, who is that?
We got Virtual Podcast Sanity, Mr. Flight in fifth with Dr. Distro, and Genzo in last place with his fancy car. If you do exclamation point boom, you will be able... Oh my God, Jan and everyone. Who's in first? Dr. Distro. Dr. Destro, where is he? Why is Genzo over there? This is not making any sense. Why is Genzo in first?
I like the view.
Why is Genzo in first? I don't know why, but Mr. Flight is taking the lead. No, wait. It's a fight for first, but Mr. Flight is still in first. He wants that NFT. I know he wants that NFT. He loves NFTs, Mr. Flight. Mr. Flight takes a nice tumble, still in first place.
But he's still up.
With Sanity catching up. But it looks like Mr. Flight takes command of his lead. Mr. Flight is doing very well. Jan is in second somehow. With Virtually a Podcast somehow, and sometimes I can't explain the placement in this game.
I wanted it to go through the cones.
It looks like Jan is still in second, so Jan is making a move for first, but Mr. Flight is continuing to say, I love NFTs, because that's what he loves. He wants those NFTs. Is everyone going to let this guy... Oh, wait, Mr. Flight is going off the course, giving Jan a chance to make a turn. Jan is making... No, Mr. Flight.
He drifted.
Oh. Sorry, let's check last place people. We got Genzo all the way here, Panda, Destro, sorry you're all the way in the back. Sanity, I don't know what you're doing. We're going to go back to Mr. Flight, still in a commanding lead. Is everyone going to let this guy win this way?
I think that's how it's going to have to be. Sometimes people just dominate the game.
What is everyone doing in the background? Why is Mr. Flight just like commanding? You guys are, he's in the final stretch, everybody. You guys are just playing. Oh man, it looks like Mr.
We're fighting for second at this point.
Oh, you go back and Virtually a Podcast. You're pretty far from Mr. Flight, but Mr. Flight is getting stuck on some of those things. Okay, Mr. Flight might win, but he's stuck. He's stuck right now. So come on, everyone, you have a chance. Mr. Flight is getting corrected. Is he gonna cross the finish line? It is.
Boom.
Mr. Flight wins my face and the game Ageless. For the first place.
Congratulations.
Let's see who's going to take second place. That will win nothing. And then Genzo wants second place. I know he does. He does. Look at that. Genzo is going to take commanding second place in his fancy car. He takes second place. Who's going to take third? A very honorable third goes to you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Or is that Sanity?
I don't give up. No, that's me. That's me.
You. Okay.
Whenever you see people chatting on It's Virtually a Podcast, it's me.
And let's see who takes fourth place. Dr. Destro, who's brand new to the show today, takes fourth place in fashionable style. Good job, Doctor. Well done. Fifth place is Jan. And then we got, let's see who we got in the back here. We got Panda making his way for sixth place.
Through the field goal? Holy shit.
With Sanity being really far behind here.
He's just going wherever he wants to go. At this point, he knew he lost. He just wanted to. He's in it for the sightseeing at this point.
Yeah. So we got 26 seconds, Sanity.
Let's try to get across the way. Do you think this is going to make it to the Olympics, virtual Olympics esports?
I think that this will take over the NFL. This will be the greatest sports game ever created. People will no longer watch regular sports. They will only watch this. So we got Mr. Flight in first place. Congratulations, Mr. Flight. I know where to find you. I will send you everything as promised. Daniel, I'm so happy we got this done, man. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Thank you so much for
Fun.
coming.
I'll be hitting you up to do that 360 podcast
Yeah, I
pretty
would love
soon.
that. I would
It's
love
gonna be
that.
fun. We'll have some lunch.
Oh,
We'll
we'll
do the
have some
Jewish deli
lunch.
that you took me. Yeah, we'll do the Jewish deli that you took me to because that's
Brent's Deli.
delicious.
All right,
Yes.
let's see who to raid today. Oh, you know what? My buddy, wait, is this him? Yes. Here we go. Here's a guy to raid. I know who to raid.
Oh, by the way, you raided somebody on my show the other day that just wasn't playing.
What was he
You
doing?
had us raid. He was hosting somebody else.
Oh, really? Well, I think he was
Yeah.
live and then he left. Oh, everyone's leaving. I want to raid. Oh, well, anyway, we're going to raid my buddy, S5 Flair. Give him some love. He's a good guy. I know him in real life.
Yeah, we tried to raid CN Panda. That's who we tried to raid.
But he went offline. Oh, that's why.
Yes.
Anyway, Daniel, until next time, sir, let's keep on cryptoing and being friends.
As always, I'll see you in a few minutes.
We'll see everyone next Saturday. We have a really cool episode. We're talking sound design with the sound design creator of Wing Commander. See you all next time. All right, cool. Let me stop streaming.